Good morning students, welcome to ALPHORES e-learning classes. This is intermediate first year civics or political science class. Today I am going to start a 8th lesson, that is democracy. Already I explained various types of governments in the scope of political science. Aristotle was the first political philosopher who classified the governments into 6 types: monarchy, dictatorship, aristocracy, oligarchy, polity, and democracy. So democracy is what? It is one of the form of government. Clear? Then in the modern world, so which form of government is the best form of government? So democratic form of government is the best form of government in the world, and so there is a great importance to the democratic form of government. Clear? So which form of government is the best form of government? So democratic form of government is the best form of government. Democratic government is the best form of government. One thing. And second thing is the establishment of democratic institutions is one of the important objective of the people and governments in the present day world, because it is the most important form of government. Clear? Hence both people and governments are considering that only the democratic form of government can securing and promoting the public welfare. Hence it is the most important form of government. Then coming to origin and growth of democracy. Origin and development of democracy. Now, the democracy and the democratic institutions are not new to us, because we can find democratic institutions in the past in so many world countries. Yes, example, for first time democratic system was originated in city-states of Greece and Roman. Yes, for first time democratic institutions are originated in where? City-states of Greece and Roman. Already we know what are the city-states of Greece: Athens, Sparta, Milan, Corinth, Thebes, so etc. These are the famous Greek city-states. So according to my knowledge, for first time the democratic system was originated in Athens of Greece. It is one thing. Second is, in the modern times, the democratic institutions are originated in the 17th century in England. Yes, now here for first time democratic institutions originated in the city-states of Greece and Roman in 5th century BC. In 5th century BC. Whereas in modern times, so democratic institutions are originated or developed in England in 17th century AD. In 17th century AD. Clear? Then two important democratic movements gave the birth to the democratic institutions. One is American Revolution, another one is French Revolution. Both are democratic movements. Yes, after completion of revolutions, so both declared two declarations. Yes, one is a French declaration, that is the French government passed one declaration, that is what French Declaration of Human Rights. French Declaration of Human Rights. French Declaration of Human Rights in 1789. And second thing is American Declaration of Independence. American Declaration of Independence. American Declaration of Independence in 1776. Yes, these two declarations gave the birth to the democratic institutions. Clear? One is the French Declaration of Human Rights 1789. So second thing is the American Declaration of Independence 1776. Both gave the birth to the democratic institutions in these two countries. Clear? Then coming to meaning of democracy. Meaning of democracy. So the word democracy is derived from two Greek words. The word democracy is derived from two Greek words. One is demos, another one is Croatia. Yes, in a Greek language, demos means people. Demos means people, and Croatia means power. So democracy means the power of the people. So according to meaning, so what is the meaning of democracy? So democracy means the power of the people. The power of the people. Clear? So it is the meaning of democracy. The word democracy is derived from two Greek words, demos and Croatia. In Greek language, demos means people, Croatia means power. Then democracy means the power of the people. Coming to definitions. Here, different political philosophers have given different definitions to the democracy. So here I am going to give two simple definitions to you. One is the definition of Abraham Lincoln. So democracy is a government. Democracy is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. This definition was given by Abraham Lincoln. As according to him, so what is democracy? So democracy is a government of the people. Second, for the people. 3, by the people. Clear? It is the government of the people. It is formed for the people. This government is formed by the people. Second is J.R. Russell definition. According to him, democracy is a government. Democracy is a government in which everybody has a share. Everybody has a share. J.R. Russell. This definition was given by J.R.C. So according to him, in democratic form of government, every individual will have equal share in take part in the political affairs of the state. So these are the very simple definitions of democracy. Coming to important features of democracy. Important features of democracy. The first one is liberty. So the democratic form of government is formed on the basis of 4 important political ideals. Number 1 is liberty, 2 equality, 3 justice, 4 fraternity. So these are the 4 pillars of democracy. Democracy is built based on 4 democratic values or democratic principles: liberty, equality, fraternity and justice. Hence they are called as the pillars of democracy. So first one is liberty. First one is liberty. Now, the first and foremost aim of democracy is securing maximum liberty to its citizens. So it is one of the important aim of democracy is securing maximum liberty to its people. Liberty to its people. It means to provide the maximum extent of liberty to its people. Clear? Then, just I said to you, as democracy is formed on the basis of liberty. Clear? And the democratic form of government is providing liberty to the individuals by incorporating them in its constitution. Clear? So every state is providing liberty to its people through constitution. And so every democratic government must incorporate various types of liberties or freedoms or rights in their constitutions. By incorporating these liberties in the constitution, they will provide the liberty to their citizens. Clear? And one more thing is, it not only provide the liberties to the individuals but also provide the protection to the liberty of the people through various measures. It is the first one. Second thing is equality. Equality. So democracy is also built on the basis of equality. Clear? So the democratic government will provide equal opportunities to all. Democratic form of government will provide equal opportunities to all the people as various spheres, means in social, political and economic. Social, political and economic spheres. Clear? Example, in a political sphere, democratic form of government will provide equal opportunities to take part in the political affairs of the state through political rights. So in democracy, all people will have equal political rights. All people will have equal political rights to their citizens. So what are the important political rights? Already we know: right to vote, right to contest in the elections, right to hold public offices, right to petition, and right to criticize the government. So these are the various types of political rights. Clear? Through these political rights, all the individuals in democracy take part in the political affairs of the state. Clear? In the same way, in economic sphere, so it will provide equal opportunities to the individuals in economic sphere through various economic rights, like right to work, right to rest and leisure, okay, right to self-government in industries, right to compensation, yes, right to equal pay for equal work. These are the various types of economic rights. Hence, J.R. Seeley said that, yes, J.R. Seeley said that democracy is a form of government in which everybody has a share, means equal share in all spheres, in social, political and economic sphere. It is a second one. Then third one is independent judiciary. Independent judiciary. So judiciary is nothing but a court. So why it is called as independent judiciary? In its functioning, there is no scope for interference of other two organs, namely legislature and executive, in its function. Hence it is called as the independent judiciary. So independent judiciary is very essential for every democracy for so many purposes, yes, especially in protecting the rights, liberties and freedoms of the individuals. Hence independent judiciary is considered as a watchdog of freedoms of the people. Freedoms of the people. And it serves as a custodian of the rights of the people. Custodian means the protector or guardian. Custodian of the rights of the people. Rights of the people. So here independent judiciary is considered as a watchdog of the freedoms of the people and custodian of the rights of the people. So here how the independent judiciary will provide the protection to the rights or freedoms of the individuals? By issuing several writs. By issuing several writs like habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, quo warranto, etc. So these are various types of writs. By issuing several writs, the independent judiciary will provide the protection to the freedoms and rights of the individuals. Hence, the independent judiciary is very essential for democracy in protecting the rights of the people. And it also provides the protection to the supremacy of the constitution also. Clear? It is another thing. Then government of the people. Fourth one is democracy is the government of the people, as according to Abraham Lincoln definition. So what is democracy? Democracy is the government of the people. Democracy is the government of people. And so in democracy the government is formed by people directly or indirectly. Directly and indirectly. So democracy is of two types, direct democracy and indirect democracy. So most of the states are following indirect democracy. So in indirect democracy, how the people will form the government? The people will form the government indirectly through their representatives. Clear? At first, people, especially adults will elect their representatives, elect their as representatives through right to vote or through ballot. As hence democracy is the government by ballot, not by bullet. It means we will form the government through ballot system, okay, not by using the bullets. Hence the democracy is formed by ballot, not by bullet. So here at first the the voters will elect the representatives. The representatives will form and run the government. Form and run the government. Clear? So it is one thing. Clear? Next, the majority rule. Majority rule. The democracy is formed on the basis of the principle of majority rule. Majority rule. Okay, so in democracy the government is formed on the basis of which principle? The principle of majority rule. So according to majority rule, what will be happen? So in every democracy there is a scope for political parties. Political parties. Clear? There is a scope for political parties. As political parties are very essential in democracy as for formation of government. So without political parties, there is a question mark for formation and running the government. So political parties are very essential. Clear? At the time of elections, all the political parties will participate in the elections. As participate in the elections. In the elections, the party which secures the majority seats will eligible to form the government. So here, which party is eligible to form the government? The majority party. The majority party. Majority party means the party which secures absolute majority to form the government. That party is called as a majority party. The majority party is eligible to form the government. Hence, the democracy is formed on the basis of which principle? Majority rule. So in simple terms, one of the political parties comes to the power by capturing the majority seats in the elections. Clear? So majority party will form and run the government. Hence, democratic form of government is also called as political parties government. Political parties government, because without political parties there is no chance to formation of government. Then follows the constitutional principles. Follows the constitutional as principles. So democratic form of government must follow certain constitutional principles. Okay, so the democracy functions strictly according to the principles of constitution. Here the constitution may be written or unwritten. Okay, in some countries constitution is written, in some countries constitution is unwritten. Okay, according to my knowledge only Britain has unwritten one, the remaining states having written constitutions. Clear? So in democratic form of government, the government cannot go against the constitutional provisions. Example, if the legislature will formulate a law, if the legislature will formulate a law against the constitution, then what will happen? Immediately the judiciary will cancel it because the law is against the constitution. Okay, here if the legislature will formulate the law against the constitution, immediately the judiciary will interfere and declare it as unconstitutional and cancel it, not to implement. Clear? This power of the judiciary is called as a judicial review. Judicial review. Then importance to human rights. Importance to the human rights. Yes. Now democratic form of government will give as importance to the dignity of the human beings. Dignity of the human beings. Okay, it is nothing but the democratic form of government will give importance to the human rights of the individuals. Clear? So actually it is one of the important or the fundamental principle of democratic form of government is providing fundamental or constitutional rights to its citizens. Clear? So it is one of the important aim of democratic form of government is to provide fundamental or constitutional rights, fundamental or constitutional as rights to its citizens or its people. Clear? It is one thing. Now in the world, so many democratic form of governments are providing various types of fundamental rights to their citizens. Example, Constitution of India, Constitution of America are providing various types of constitutional or fundamental rights to its citizens. Then democratic form of government is against the violence and revolution. It is against violence and revolution. Eighth one is against to violence and revolution. As against revolution, because the democratic form of government will not allow violence and revolutionary methods in changing the government. Clear? In changing the government, the system will not allow any violence and revolutionary methods. Clear? So the democratic form of government will provide a change in government according to constitutional principles. Yes, it does not allow the violence and revolution that change the government. Clear? But it allows the constitutional methods or peaceful methods in changing the government. Clear? It allows the democratic form of government allows what type of methods? The constitutional or peaceful methods. Peaceful as methods in changing the government. So here what are the peaceful or constitutional methods? Elections. Yes, we are conducting the elections very peacefully. So elections are considered as a constitutional or peaceful methods in changing the government. Clear? Then right to speak. Right to speak. So here the democratic form of government allows all the people right to speak, then criticism and disagree with others in constructively. So the democratic form of government allows all the people what? The right to speak. Second, criticize. Okay, first one is right to speak, second one is criticize, and the third one is disagree with as others. So first one is the democratic form of government will allow the individuals to express their views. That is called as a freedom of speech and expression. And it allows the individuals to criticize any policy or program of the government which is against the people. Clear? Then we have the freedom to disagree with others. If we want to criticize the public policies, as we must criticize the public policies in constructive way, in good way. Clear? It is one thing. And last one is it is against imperialism and war. And last one is it is against war and imperialism. Yes. Now the democratic form of government is against war, imperialism, okay, war, imperialism and aggressive nationalism. So aggressive nationalism also, because war, imperialism and aggressive nationalism are very dangerous to the liberty of the individuals. Where there is struggles, wars, imperialism and aggressive nationalism, people do not have any rights or freedoms. If their rights are not protected by any one agents, hence war, imperialism, aggressive nationalisms are very dangerous to the liberties of the individuals. So here internationally the democratic government is stand for national self-determination. National self-determination. One. Second thing is stands for in regulation of relations among the states, that is regulation of interstates. Regulation of relation between states means here nations. Clear? So internationally democratic form of government will stand for, first one is national self-determination, second thing regulation of relations between the nation countries. Clear? So these are some of important features of democracy. Okay, we will see in the next session. Goodbye.